And good morning, people. Welcome back to Persona 5 Royal. Last time we opened up Mementos for the first time and we changed a person's heart inside. At least in theory. We still haven't received confirmation of that. Maybe that's going to turn up at some point soon. We also found a strange boy called Jose who has asked us to find flowers. Why flowers? He wants to drink them. And he's also given us a star. As for the items we've been given, well, the attachment pearl which we got at the end of the actual request after defeating the shadow that was our target is a accessory, and Jose's star. No actual idea what that one is. The attachment pearl isn't that great. It knows forgetfulness. We haven't really found anything that dishes out that status at the moment. Maybe we'll find it in the future, but right now, not that useful. Plants should still be okay. Yep. And we've got a little bit of time before tomorrow, I believe. Yeah, I don't think we can actually leave the place, but we can at least do a little bit of maybe studying, reading a book, making coffee, anything around the cafe. We're going to read today. We're coming up on our exams. Let's boost our knowledge a little bit. I could do it by studying, but let's go with the social thought, shall we? Yeah, let's go with that.
Make sure your clothes up.
Strange thing about the social thought is we needed level 2 knowledge to actually be able to read that. But now that we got that, well, we're doing it, and we'll be able to get some knowledge at the end. May 8th, a Sunday. Hello, Mishima. I'm assuming, since you're saying that since you're contacting us, that something's happened. But what are you talking about? Diner in Shibuya. Very good question, Morgana. But we are forced to go and speak to him.
How have things been? You know, with the special activities?
You seem tired.
Oops. Sorry about that. I haven't been getting a lot of sleep lately. I've been staying up managing the fan site all night. Every night. I think it's called PR.
Okay, and you're calling this the fan site? Isn't that a bit cheesy?
The Phantom Thieves Aficionado website. Fan site for short. You need a catchy name if you want people to notice you. This is all a bit of P-Thieves propaganda. Basically, there's no point to taking down bad guys if nobody's gonna know about it. That's why I've started a blog for posts from people you guys saved, while filtering out the haters. We need the Phantom Thieves to be seen in the proper light if we want to make the name popular, right?
Isn't this exactly what Ryuji was saying about that? Well, if we can't, yes, we can change people's hearts, but who's going to know about it? Especially if it's just a little minor one in Mementos. This way, our name is getting out there a little bit more. So, yeah, it's actually likely going to work. Well done.
Really? Just hearing you say that makes my all-nighters worth it. So, actually, I really want to know how you punish people. Don't worry, I'm not gonna ask. It wouldn't be any fun if you just up and told me. After all, the Phantom Thieves have a reputation for being secretive.
Do we?
I wish I could be more like you guys somehow. But I'll still be here to draw attention to the stuff you do. You can leave that part to me. I'm gonna use my fan site to promote the Phantom Thieves and weed out any negative comments. Your popularity is gonna be at my mercy. Or, my fingertips. It's like I'll be your strategic image management representative, so to speak.
Okay. I guess that sounds cool.
I knew you'd understand. Anyway, I'm gonna do everything I can to make sure that title's more than just for show. I've gotta say though, managing the Phantom Thieves' reputation is tiring work. The forum gets all sorts of weird posts, including tons of things unrelated to reforming society. It'd defeat the purpose of the site if the truth of the Phantom Thieves was buried among all that garbage. Oh, but you don't need to worry. I'll sort through all the trash. Speaking of which, I've actually already found some worthwhile info about our very own school. Our quest to boost your popularity can start close to home. I'll give it my all.
You seem very motivated, and it's a little worrying at the same time how deep you're pushing yourself onto this.
All right.
But rank 2 in Moon, excellent. Since he seems to give experience, manipulation, and abilities, we do want to raise this. And since he is pretty much linked to Mementos and our jobs that we'll be doing in there, the requests, the more requests we do, the higher the confidant level gets with him. And also, the more requests we get out of him once he's raised up.
I might be overworking myself, though. Man, I'm exhausted. I think I'd fall asleep on the spot if I weren't talking to you. I should head home. See you later.
Let's hope he doesn't fall down on the way. Yeah, that's not really a surprise. It's a online forum after all. Is that really the right thing to do? Should we really be spurring him on? Well, It's still early days, so yeah, nice hustle. Yeah, it's bad for a for a forum that's only just started up to really be cracking down on anything. At least in my opinion. Yeah, you don't want a whole lot of bad things happening, but you sort of need that negativity to improve. It actually is a very good place for studying. And since we have permission to go out at night, we could go there. Could. We're not. So, our shopping, it is Sunday, so we could do this. Relaxation and set. 1 recover oil, 3 relax gel, 3 alert capsules. Or the bionutrient set. 1 mega fertilizer and 5 garden energy. Which one seems more interesting for us? Something that heals statuses, or something that's going to increase our kindness over time with the plant? That mega fertilizer is the main one for it. I've still got a few bits of bionutrients, and the garden energy does 1 kindness, one note of kindness, so 2. But the bionutrients does 2 notes for free. I think the mega fertilizer does 5. I have kindness, so we will be using that for our next one as soon as it's arrived. When is the next time we're doing our plant actually? Let me just check my notes. Okay, we're good until the 21st, so yeah, don't need to worry about rushing into that just yet. But also because it's Sunday, we need to head to Shibuya for the underground walkway, because it's Algero Day. Today we've got the nasty Algero. Guts.
Nice.
So now that that's done, we can move on to what today's activity is going to be. We haven't really been called out anywhere, have we? We could up Sojiro as a confidant, and he's not a bad one to raise because of what he can provide as a service. but I do want to get started on someone. So we are going to go to Central Street and we're going to do a job. Yeah, back to the Beef Bowl restaurant. And I need to get my notes ready because this day, every couple of days, a little event, little mini game event happens. It isn't really too hard, but it's sort of a memory thing, and I'm going to write this down.
What did you say?
Yeah, remember, we work alone, and there's a ton of customers in today. So the large beef bowl, large natto, medium hugao, alright, and a large barbecue. We need to do them in order. Large beef bowl, large natto,
Hey.
Medium Hugo Rao,
Nice.
and the large barbecue.
Well,
There's a couple of reasons you want to get that correct. But first, we've got a bit of an interaction with our man in the suit, our street orator. Yeah, we really were.
Well then, I'll see you again.
hey, hey.
Yeah, now we can go to Station Square and, well, talk to him. But for the reason why I wanted to get that correct, last time we got this particular job done, we got, what, 3,600 yen?
Thanks in advance.
Today, 8,800, over double, because we got these things right.
Man.
But the other reason is, well, extra proficiency. Normally you get 3 points, today we got 5. So today was really a very good thing. We've got our way to speaking to the street orator, the politician, and money and social stats. Pollen allergies.
Seems pretty rough.
Yeah, they affect people. Yeah, weather actually affects Mementos as well. There's a number of little things.
Morning.
Pollen, it's all really affecting their the negotiation side. Rain, pollen, snow, heat waves, everything affects Mementos because it is a reflection on the real world. We'll get into a bit more of that later, and I'll actually be trying to schedule my visits to Mementos around certain types of weather. Anyway, good morning, Arn. You look a bit out of it. Allergies?
Allergies? Oh, maybe. I do feel kinda dazed and everything feels weird. But, actually, I've been having this feeling that someone's watching me. I hope not. Oh, maybe I just can't shake off the feeling of infiltrating a palace. At the palace, we're always cautious of not being noticed, you know? So it has to be my imagination. Yeah.
If you say so. How so? Does it seem like there's a bit more freedom? We can't exactly go out and say who did it because that would lead to trouble. And yeah, Kamishita has had himself in. There's no more issues like that at the school that we know of. We've done a victory. And Mishima has some more info for us. Because we've now got access to Mementos, and Mishima is our sort of focus on the fan site, he's going to be sending us requests. Guy at school whose billion has gone too far. Sure, piece of cake. Brown-haired guy I frequently standing out front of the school entrance. Daisuke Takanashi.
Oh,
Yeah, it's a small case, but we've got to start somewhere. So the bark and bite of a bully.
yep.
Let's go!
Yeah, we're not jumping in just yet.
Let's go.
All right.
So we can now review requests at the hideout. Once the information has been confirmed, you can begin and explore Mementos also from the hideout. Time will pass just as it is in a palace. So yeah, we need to be careful when we're doing it in a time limit situation.
Well then.
What?
Oh.
Yeah, don't we need a calling card for this? No, actually. We can go for the target immediately. interesting. So I don't think Mishima actually intended it, but just saying that the Phantom Thieves are coming is enough for the calling card part of this. One small difference between a calling card from a palace and Mementos, though, is that, well, we don't need to go immediately. We can hold off for a fair time.
I'm gonna make him pay.
Yep.
So there's our info. All we need to do is just go and track him down. We're not going to do that. We've got other things to do. Namely, well, I do believe that, yeah, a few days ago we heard from Takumi. Still need to deal with that at some point, but we can raise her as a confidant. That's what we're doing today.
Allergies are so annoying.
Yeah, they are actually. I don't get too many personally, but I know people who do, and sometimes they are just so wiped out that they have trouble doing anything. So, let's hang out with Takumi and, well, raise this as a confidant. This should be level 6 if I remember correctly.
And?
Unless I'm thinking a little bit too late. I might be actually. This is either 5 or 6. So we've got a patient here. Ooh, okay, why are they here when they're under the care of a hospital? Rumours are going round, I see. Yeah, definitely not. Seems you know of it.
Hey!
Yeah, those rumours are sort of sticking around for her, aren't they? Somehow, though, I don't think we should be leaving this girl like this right now. The doctor will help. We may be pushing her into this, but she'll help. Are you seeing something amiss?
Hello?
Seems like she seems to remember something like this coming up.
Fine.
Apparently she's got a remedy for this.
Hmm.
Unique strain of an infectious disease. Can't be detected with conventional exams. I've only suppressed the symptoms though. Hopefully that is enough. Wow, that's a lot of money. And the girl's father is actually going along with it. Wait. Yeah, of course you were joking. That's a whole lot of money. Seems you've got a name. Oh, that's a sudden jump from 1,000,000 to 0. Why are you seeming happy right now?
By the way,
Oh, yeah, we're here for a clinical exam, aren't we? No, we're just someone who's a little bit more pushy than Takimi was expecting. That is rank 5. Okay, no, that's rank 4. I'm way further back than I may have gone a little too far ahead in my playthrough. But yeah, rank 4. We're still aiming for rank 7. And rank 5, the next one, is a very important one.
All right.
Not for a while. You've only just sort of been getting a little bit better. Let's keep that on track, and firstly, as Takimi says, start eating. Eating does a child a whole lot of good. They use up more energy. Let's keep it. Let's keep that energy in them. And a couple of coins of guts.
bye.
Well, You did say it was going to be a tough one after a little bit of pushing. Yeah, sorry about that. We'll reflect on our mistakes. We'll do our best, mostly.
Ah, you're back.
Hey,
He was. He gives speeches at Shibuya Station. Can't judge a book by its cover. No, we definitely can't. One little issue though is, well, we can't do anything with him yet.
hey.
There's our Mega Fertilizer and 5 Garden Energy.
Oh,
The reason being, well, Beef Bowl Restaurant wants help. Which will give us a bit of extra pay and things, but we've got exams coming up. Arn is asking for us to study with her. This not only builds up knowledge, it also builds us up with her as a confidant. So, yeah, can you tell which one I'm going to do? We've also got Sojiro that we can do. But let's prepare for our exams a little bit, shall we? So let's go study. And it's at the diner in Shibuya. I think it was mentioned that her speciality is English. Do you think we're starting to understand how to dissect these problems? I think it's pretty tough, actually. And, well, 5 points of knowledge.
that's not it.
And next on to math.
Let's get back.
Yeah, I think I prefer the math to the English. Always was my better subject.
It looks like you're attending school seriously.
Is there any reason we shouldn't be?
You also seem pretty close with Takamaki-san if you're both coming to school together. You just transferred here, though. I guess you two really click.
She sits in front of me in the classroom.
I see. You seemed a lot closer than that yesterday morning. I heard she was a victim of Mr. Kamoshida. But was that all there was to it?
You're pressing a little bit, Makoto, aren't you?
Either way, closer inspection should clear everything up. Goodbye.
Ahem.
Exams start tomorrow. Yeah. Yeah, things are progressing very, very quickly towards that.
Well, shall we begin?
The end of the Heian period marks the rise of the samurai, which I'm sure everyone's been waiting for. As described in the Tales of Heike, I think it's Heike, time when all that was great would fall from grace. It was unusual for the heroes of yesterday to be struck down as rebels of the present day. Sympathizing with the loser or the weak is called magistrate's patronage. That term came from Minamoto no Yoshitsune's position, but it also became a way of referring to him as well. And our question is,
Do you know the answer?
you know the time period Yoshitsune was active in? Well, it was actually said. Heian.
This is it.
Correct.
It was said at the very start. Pay attention to what they've been saying and you'll be fine. Supported his brother, Yoritomo. In the centuries that followed, Yoshitsune became popular as a tragic hero.
Nice going.
So, a couple more points of knowledge.
Yep. What are your thoughts?
If we're confident in our exams, we could liven the day up and head to Mementos. Nah. We really should be sorting out Ryuji's, making sure I can do his Confidant next time, but today we're going with Arn. Just need to make sure I've got everything. Actually, I do need to go and do something because we do have a new week. I do want all these again, so I will just go and get them and I'll meet you somewhere. Alright, I'm in the underground mall. Strengthening my heart with Arn. She's come up with a method of strengthening the heart, but it's kind of hard to do herself. So she's asking us to train with her. Yeah, we are going to do that. But this is where she's hanging out most of the time. She's either usually at school or in this mall. I think more generally she's in the mall than at school. So yeah. You know what? I wonder if anyone's actually around and watching her.
That's too bad.
Let's have a quick check around. No, it doesn't seem like anyone is, but she's got that feeling. Still. Anyway, let's hang out with her. We are trying to build up confidence after all. You know Kashima Park. Inokashira Park. A hangout spot. Hangout spots are special locations where, and we're going to find a lot more of them later, where you can hang out with people. Depending on who you take and where you take them, you can build up their confidant level a little bit quicker. They have their preferred spots.
All right.
Shops, event venues, landmarks, plenty of other things. And your bond will grow a bit deeper than it normally would if you take them there. There's also times when your confidants will invite you there themselves. So you can find them. You can also read about these hangout spots in books. We actually have one of our books in our possession that tells you about some hangout spots. But I'm not going to read them just yet. We're going to this one for free. Yes, you did. Okay, what's this great way of doing things? How is it? Don't let anything get under your skin. Okay. That's your training. Okay then. Let's see what we can come up with. You're unique. And yeah, that response was quite annoying. I don't think this is working. Can we stop yet? Yeah, but does winning really work in this point? You do know this really won't help. I think you're finally getting this as well. Yeah, this isn't really going to work. Not in the way you're thinking.
Sorry.
Saying pay extra attention to the time and place they tell you. Okay, so some models haven't been showing up. Oh yeah, he's doing a part-time gig as a model at the moment, isn't she? So, has that happened to us? Well, has that happened to you? No, she's been fine. Ah, her parents are fashion designers. It definitely makes sense why she's so little bit more into fashion as well than others we've seen. But she doesn't see her parents that much. The freedom definitely sounds nice though. Yeah, that's probably true. They'll be pressuring you a little bit more. Asking why you're coming in later, and why you're so tired every time you come back after a mission to a palace. Well, you do have friends. You've got us, you've got Ryuji, you've even got Shiho. It's a nice hobby, but it's not something you want to make a living out of. So what do you want to do as a living? What do you want to do? Do you actually know? So lovers rank 3. Follow up. So just as Ryuji before, same thing for Arn. When Joker's attack doesn't down an enemy, Arn will come in and do a follow-up attack.
All right.
Oh yeah.
I used to watch this anime where the main villain was this female thief. She'd lose to the hero every time, but Arn always thought she was cool. I wonder if this is Carmen she's talking about. And why Carmen has made an impression on her. Okay. Sure. Could have. No, you're not that bad at add-on. You're no different from the rest of us. That's why you fit in so well, I suppose.
You're back.
We are indeed. And well, exams tomorrow. Ryuji's calling in today to say, do you want to help? Do you want to study? And yes, we're going to accept that invite. First though, since it doesn't take up any time, we're going to do a crossword puzzle. What are the May Blues? Okay. But let's do our other questions first. Doom's partner. Doom and gloom. Plant disease is a blight. I actually remember that from another game I played, rather than actually knowing that question offhand. And a dull pain is an ache. So we've got an L, an I, and an E. So what are the May Blues? They're Malays. The change of seasons and the number of people who fall ill after the long holiday at April's end. It's got to May, they need to lay down.
All right.
I see. Nice.
So, couple points of knowledge, especially what we need since we've got exams tomorrow. It's not really going to change our results in the long run, to be perfectly honest, but this is still good for the year overall. So, studying with Ryuji. I'm pretty certain he's going to need just as much help as Arn did. Starting to get the hang of this. Wait, you actually understand the question? Oh, no. There's the mess up. Yeah, math is something cruel like that. You get one bit wrong at the start, ruins everything for the rest. So, try starting over. So, another 5 points of knowledge.
Yeah.
And the problem's solved. So, yeah, revisiting that one little bit fixed up the rest.
Wanna head back?
Maybe it'll make him pass. Okay, it's Ryuji we're talking about here. School assembly during exam week. Okay. Day after tomorrow. Well,
Seems pretty rough.
let's hope it's nothing too serious. We've got other things on our mind here.
Well, shall we begin?
Exams. All of these questions are really based on what you have been doing before, in the questions we've had before. So, again, this is the favouring the magistrate with the Minamoto no Yoshitsune.
Ooh, we can do this.
Essay question. Provide the reason why Minamoto no Yoshitsune is viewed as a hero. He had a brother, and his brother's name was Minamoto no Yoritomo. And they had to oppose each other. Who won? The brother. And sympathise less with people, figures in power, and sympathise more with the weak. He was seen as a tragic hero. So, day 1 of the exams complete. No break, straight into day 2. Brain function is responsible for the phenomenon of seeing an illusion in this figure. Cognition.
Ooh, we can do this!
The optical illusion, seeing things that might be different to other people. Which of the following maps can you paint without any adjacent areas being the same colour? This was said in the 4-colour theorem. A map was mentioned, so you can do both, the map of the world or the map of Japan. Both work.
Ooh, we can do this!
Day 2 complete. Again, no break. Straight into day 3.
Okay, class, let's get started.
Name the book that defined malefactor as the chief factor in the progress of the human race. The Devil's Dictionary. I think it was the very first question that we did in this game. What character archetype refers to a mysterious and seductive woman, typically with ulterior motives? The femme fatale.
Ooh, we can do this!
So, 3 days of study. Straight up, straight through, no breaks. Pay attention to what's being said though, and it's a little bit difficult at sometimes because we're about a month into the game at the moment in terms of dates, and some of those questions you don't really pay attention to what has actually been said by the teacher, which is where the answers for the exam come from.
Ever since that specific incident, many of you have voiced concerns that I could not bear to ignore. We believe the mental health of our student body is absolutely vital, so we've acquired the services of a therapist. The floor is yours, Doctor.
Isn't he hot?
It's nice to meet you all.
Whoa, his voice is sexy.
My name is... Huh? My name is Takuto Maruki. Thank you for welcoming me to your school. No need to be formal with me, though. I'm just here to counsel anyone who's interested. You can even call me Doc if that would help you feel more comfortable. Any assistance you need, I'll be... Oh. I guess I'm not really any good for helping with money problems.
Thank you, Dr. Maruki.
Yo,
Yo, I'm getting some serious vibes of a certain anime with that doctor. The look. Let's hope it's not similar to that, but yeah, I'm getting some very odd vibes with him. It must be just a look. Hopefully it's nothing more than that.
you ever expect this place to actually give a shit about our mental health?
Well, our school's made national news. Maybe they figured they'd look even worse if they didn't do anything for us.
And Dr. what's his name?
Maruki.
Yeah, wasn't that guy just basically clowning it up on stage? You really think he'll do us any good?
Ryuji.
Hey there. Sakamoto-kun and Takamaki-san, right? And that must make you.
How do you know our names?
Well, I was informed of certain students before beginning my tenure here. Those that had, previous interactions with Mr. Kamoshida. It must have been especially tough for you after having just transferred here.
It was a little bit.
I can definitely believe that.
So, what do you want with us?
Ah, yes, I'd forgotten. I know I already offered my services to the student body earlier, but would you three be interested in counseling?
Nope, not at all.
Huh?
How's that surprising?
You were just a touch more emphatic about it than I'd expected. Ah, but if you come to my office, you can have free snacks. All you can eat. Would be nice, but there's still plenty to be had. So, how about it?
We're not exactly little kids here.
You're right. To be frank, I've been explicitly ordered to provide counseling to the students directly involved with Mr. Kamoshida. It's in the school's interests. For its students.
Ah, the school's interest, huh?
I know that asking you to be open with a complete stranger like myself is a lot. Making this mandatory wouldn't do you any good either. Might as well turn it into a worthwhile experience. Ooh, I know. If you attend my counseling sessions, I'll teach you different ways to improve your mental acuity. Like ways to hone your concentration before exams, or not getting nervous on dates. How's that sound?
Mental training. Definitely something that could be interesting.
There's also snacks.
All right, enough with the snacks. So, which way are you leaning?
There's no harm in a little chat, I suppose.
I guess it'd just be more trouble for us if we didn't go.
Yeah.
Really? Then I guess it's a deal. I'll be in the nurse's office. Feel free to come by whenever it's convenient for you.
Well, we should get going.
Okay, I'll see you later. Thanks for taking my counseling into consideration. Now that we have a deal, I promise I'll do my best to help you.
And when we talk about a deal, you know what that means.
It's hard to believe an ordinary high school student could accomplish such grandiose heists. One would need a heart of steel, unaffected by outside influences, and prepared to act without hesitating. There has to be someone who helped strengthen your mental state. Sound like somebody you know? Give me a name.
I am thou. Thou art I. Thou hast acquired a new vow. It shall become the wings of rebellion that breaketh thy chains of captivity. With the birth of the councillor persona, I have obtained the winds of blessing that shall lead to freedom and new power.
The councillor, Confidant. Dr. Muraki. A new confidant for Royal version of Persona 5. You might have heard, sort of noticed the difference between the emphasis on the vowel there. of the introduction of the council, with the birth of the councillor Confidant, with the councillor Arcana. Something seems different with how that was. That's actually the first time I've heard it, to be perfectly honest. There's a fast forward option in the game, and I've been using that for my play ahead, so I can get through what I'm doing day to day on a quicker basis. But hearing the sort of emphasis, the sort of difference in that particular Confidant, and my own already feelings just seeing this person, I'm really hoping this is all just in my mind. Heck, councillor in my mind, yeah. Let's go with all the metaphysical things, why not?
All right. So hold up, dude. Sorry for keeping you like this. Well then.
Okay, quiet down.
Addendum to the earlier assembly regarding the counselling. Starting after school today in the nurse's office. Yep. And Dr. Muroki will only be posted here through November. So we need to, we've got a time limit to raise his confidant level. And there's a few students that the board or the school have decided need to visit. I'm assuming the three of us are top of that list. Then, well, let's just do it. If it's going to be mandatory for us, let's not raise too much attention to us. And if it doesn't work the first day, we can talk to the teachers about it. That's generally how it works.
Yes. Welcome.
Apparently it's always a good time. Maybe he doesn't have much to do after school. Actually, this would be his busiest time. Snacks are nice.
Well, shall we begin?
Yes.
Only one thing on her mind. Looks like she's got a little bit off of her chest with what happened to Shiho and herself in the long run as well.
Right.
Wiser than he was.
Let me think.
Yeah, looking out for your friend. That's probably the best thing you can do. Just continue your life looking out for her as well at the moment. Just making sure she is well. Just focus on your own day to day.
Yeah.
Yeah, of course, it'd be better if nothing and none of it happened, but
Quite.
it's done. It's done. It's over. Move on.
Yeah.
That's the way counselling is actually. Look to the future. Look to your future, and you'll be fine.
Be careful, okay?
Okay, I'm gonna get going.
Yep, seemed to go well for you. How did it go, in your own thinking? Not as rough as expected. We did. And, well, we go into it.
How are you?
We are. We might as well get this first one out of the way, see how things go. Were you here for one as well?
Yes.
Oh, so you've known the Doctor for a little while. Sort of in passing more than anything else, but... It's definitely... We seem to be meeting up in places a lot more than expected.
All right then. Welcome.
Well, we made a deal. Might as well follow up on it. Try to make sure it's worth the trouble. That will help.
I see.
Okay. We've only been talking for a little while, and hopefully, well, it seems like you're very quick on the uptake. Oh, so you know about the circumstances before then? Well, so much for the privacy.
So...
Okay.
For example...
That's very close to exactly what's happening with the persona thing right now. Then again, he's a councillor, so he should be sort of aware of that. You know what? I think this person is going to be the toughest person to get around the no talking about the metaverse thing, just because of his profession and his seemingly uncanny perception right now. It sounds right.
I'm sorry. Say,
Okay.
you know,
Certain research, along with the duties as a counsellor. More like a type of psychological treatment?
how about it?
So you've got your own reasons for the this cover as a counsellor. You've got your own research in mind. We can't really just jump into it. We'll need more details.
Sorry.
Okay, that seems fairly harmless. And well, Snacks seems to be his name. It seems to be his game changer.
Well,
Just so you know, one of the particular personas I picked up, I think it was at the start of the last part, was one that was Councillor Arcana. For this exact moment. This is the Councillor Confidant. Having the Arcana of the same amount does boost it up slightly, so you get more points towards the next one. If you are going to go into any sort of situation where you're trying to raise confidence, make sure you have a persona of the same type. It makes it so much easier to raise them.
thank you.
Detox X. When Joker is inflicted with an ailment, he may recover immediately. Yes please. We haven't seen too many in the way of statuses yet, but I'm pretty sure as the game goes along, they're going to become more and more prevalent. So having something like this will likely help in the future.
All right. I know.
So yeah, he's going to be able to contact us regarding sessions and when we can raise him as a confidant. Again, we've only got until November. It's May now. Sure, November is a long way away. But we've got other things to do in that time. There's a whole lot of things to do. It's not as much time as you think.
Now,
And we've gained 5 SP. It completely skipped my mind that he raises SP as well. And non-static gun.
Well, see you.
That heals you from the effects of shock. So nothing too special, but it could be useful.
Man.
Yeah, look how late it is. This part's gone on for quite a while. Seems like the sessions will be worthwhile. And good night. Are you just sending us to sleep? The answer is yes. So next time, well, more of whatever is happening next. Until then, have a wonderful day. Have lots of fun. Goodbye.